Well, the boy finally did it. Hangman Page is your new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Ah, man, what a relief. What a show this was. What a great moment for Hangman Adam Page, man. Like 2 years. Like it took him a little bit over 2 years to finally become AEW World Champion. Um, he got his moment. He beat Kenny Omega. The Young Bucks came out and looked like they were gonna interfere, and even on Rampage, Adam Page told the Young Bucks that they were even, but if they interfered in the match in any way, shape, or form, he would straight up end them. So you kind of figured that maybe the Young Bucks would come out and would just run interference and help out not Adam Page, but Kenny Omega, and that wasn't the case. They kind of came to ringside, watched the match. It looked like they were contemplating interfering, but they didn't. They watched on as Adam Page hit two buckshot lariats, one from the back, one from the front, and 1, 2, 3. Adam Page is a new not WWE. What am I, JR? AEW World Champion. Overall, man, all Full Gear was an overall good show. Like I didn't have any doubt that it wouldn't be, but one thing I got wrong in my prediction was when I said that FTR versus the Lucha Brothers would be the match of the night. I was wrong. Not that it wasn't a good match, but the real match of the night, the real show stealer, was the opener, and that was between MJF and Darby Allin, and this was a certified banger. Like these two put on a full-on clinic. They had a hell of a match. I mean, MJF won. He cheated to win. But the fact that these two just went on, it was the opener, and it really set the pace for the entire show. It was kind of like they said, like MJF and Darby Allin went out with the intention of saying, yo, follow that. And, I mean, the rest of the card did live up to the momentum that Darby and MJF set out. But, bruh, that match, it was awesome. Like I said, MJF cheated to win. It was some shenanigans, but MJF came out with a victory. And I gotta say, by after that, the second best match of the night to me was between CM Punk and Eddie Kingston. And bruh, Eddie Kingston came out. He looked focused. He looked like he was ready to fight. CM Punk, same thing. He came out rocking shorts. He wasn't rocking the long boys or the tights. He came out rocking some shorts. He there was no posing at the top of the ramp. There was no clobbering time. There was no stage dive. There was no smiling. None of that. My dude came ready to fight, and these two had a straight up fight. Like it was a fight with a sprinkle of wrestling on top. And to my surprise, I mean, I don't want to say to my surprise, I predicted that Eddie Kingston would give CM Punk his first loss, but I was wrong, and I'm not really upset at the fact that I was wrong about that. CM Punk beat Eddie Kingston with a GTS, knocked him out. And real quick, I gotta mention how the match started. So before the bell even rung, Eddie Kingston hit that spinning back fist and kind of knocked CM Punk out. And this was before the bell even rung, so technically the match didn't even start. So if Eddie Kingston would have waited for the bell to ring, he probably would have won the match in a knockout. The match got out of the way, and CM Punk ended up winning with the GTS. It was a short match. I think it was actually one of the shortest matches on the card, but that was fine. It didn't really need to be a 30-minute classic like a good chunk of the matches on the card, but it was short, and it really got the point across that these two hate each other. They would do anything to get their hands on each other, and like I said, CM Punk won. And after the match, CM Punk extended his hand, shake Eddie Kingston's hand, and Eddie Kingston kind of just rolled out and just dipped out on CM Punk. Another banger was the Daniel Bryan Miro match, and this is another match that I got wrong, but I'm really not mad. Like, I mean, dang, did I call him Daniel Bryan? Bryan Danielson, my bad. But Bryan Danielson won, and he's now the new number one contender, and he's gonna face Adam Page sometime in the future. And they didn't specifically say when this match was gonna happen. We just know that Bryan Danielson is the new number one contender, and again, this was another dope match. There were some times when it was looking like Miro was really getting the best of Bryan Danielson, and I was thinking he was gonna pull out the win, but Bryan Danielson pulled out the victory. New number one contender. The AEW tag team titles. FTR lost to the Lucha Brothers, and bruh, this right here, this was a fun ass match. I mean, do you really expect anything less though? It's the Lucha Brothers and FTR. They had there was another banger. This match was just this entire show was just full of good matches and bangers, man. There was nothing that really wasn't interesting to me. But even the match that I said I really didn't care about, the 10-man tag between the Inner Circle and American Top Team with Men of the Year. I mean, the thing that kind of got me at first was the way it started off. Like, it was supposed to be a street fight, but it started off as like a regular 10-man tag. Like, they were standing on the corners. I'm like, yo, y'all can just fight. It's a street fight. But eventually they turned into the street fight. It was fun. There was hockey sticks and toasters. For whatever reason, there was a toaster involved in the match. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but there was a toaster. I think there was like baking sheets and I don't know. But it was fun. I mean, it was a fun match. I didn't care for the build necessarily, and I kind of really wasn't too interested in the match. It was fun, but it didn't really hold my interest all that much. Now this one could have been a little bit shorter. To me, this match ran a little bit too long, in my opinion, but it was still fun. He had one spot where Sammy Guevara hit a swanton bomb off the top of the ladder through a table, and I know somewhere Jeff Hardy's like, bro, really? Bar for bar, word for word, you're gonna steal my entire flow? But anyway, the Inner Circle won. Chris Jericho got the win over Dan Lambert. He hit the frog splash, paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero. So that was kind of a touching moment. And there were several Eddie spots throughout the match. He had people hitting the Three Amigos and frog splashes, paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero. I think it's been 15 years since we lost Eddie, so it was pretty cool to see different wrestlers paying tribute to one of the best to ever do it in Eddie Guerrero. Another match we had was Ty Conti versus Britt Baker. This was real good, and I mean, you really knew the outcome, but there were a couple of spots throughout the match where it looked like Ty was going to pull out the win, but Britt Baker did win. There were some shenanigans. Jamie Hayter and Rebel were distracting the referee and causing shenanigans and distractions, and it really helped Britt Baker get the upper hand. Britt Baker hit a curb stomp on the outside to Ty Conti on the steel steps, and then rolled her back in and hit another curb stomp and eventually got the win. I mean, we kind of knew this was going to happen. I think the big match that they're really building up towards is Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa, the rematch. And yeah, so because even though during the buy-in match, there was like a tag team match between Sheeta, Thunder Rosa going up against Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose, and out of all the women, Thunder Rosa got the biggest pop. So I'm pretty sure that's the real money match. That's what they're building up towards. Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. So and I'm pretty sure that Thunder Rosa is going to be the next AEW Women's Champion, but that's going to be another story for another time. Real quick, something I almost forgot to mention. Speaking of Sammy Guevara earlier, so you had Tony Schiavone saying that he was going to introduce a special guest, and it turned out to be none other than Jay Lethal, former ROH champion, X Division champion. Jay Lethal is now with AEW. He's All Elite, and he was talking about, so I walked through the forbidden door and it's official. Jay Lethal is all elite, and he heard about the TNT Championship Open Challenge, so he challenged Sammy Guevara to a match this Wednesday on Dynamite, and Sammy Guevara walked out and accepted the challenge. So this Wednesday it's gonna be Sammy Guevara versus Jay Lethal for the TNT Championship. Oh man, that's dope. I'm a huge Jay Lethal fan. Even with the whole Black Machismo, all that Ric Flair thing, everything. I'm really a big fan of Jay Lethal, so I'm really excited to see him in AEW. And honestly, if he ends up beating Sammy Guevara for the title, I wouldn't even be mad. I like Sammy Guevara, but I wouldn't be mad if Jay Lethal won, you know. So that was something dope that happened. Speaking of something dope, the six-man Falls Count Anywhere tag team match between the Christian Cage and Jurassic Express versus the Elite. Um, this was real fun. You had flips and dives and table spots and people. I mean, Christian Cage dived off like what was it, like a balcony onto like the Elite. He had Luchasaurus hitting a shooting star press from the top of the stage onto like Brandon Cutler and everybody. Jungle Boy looked like a beast. My man, he ended up winning the match. He hit one of the Young Bucks with the concerto. It looked like Christian was gonna hit I think it was either Nick or Matt. He was gonna hit either one of them with a concerto, but Jungle Boy was like, nah, bro, I got it. I'm ready. Let me do it. He ended up hitting the concerto. I predicted that he was gonna pin Adam Cole, but that didn't happen. He pinned one of the Young Bucks. Like I said, this was really fun. There were a few botches here and there, but you know, it didn't really hurt the flow of the match. It didn't take anything away from the match. It was still a whole lot of fun. Like I said, Jungle Boy got the win for the Jurassic Express. One thing I do gotta talk about is what the Young Bucks had on. Like, these dudes came out rocking pink. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's cool. They had pink in their hair, pink in their beards. I think Matt had like a pink goatee with his beard. Nick did too. I mean, the Young Bucks, they're just weird and in a funny way. Okay, so the last match I got to talk about is the tag team match between Malakai Black, Andrade going up against Cody, Rhodes, and Pac. And the story they were telling is a story that I'm really, really sick of in wrestling. That's the whole "can they coexist" storyline, and that's not AEW's fault. It's the fact that WWE does it so much. Like, you got Survivor Series, and their whole premise is, it's brand supremacy, but can these teams coexist? And they've done it to death, so much to the fact that it was like the story that was really the story that they were telling with this tag team match, and they did a good job of getting that point across. But it's like, I'm so sick and tired of the whole "can they coexist" storyline going on. It was like, bro, come on. But the match was good. Cody Rhodes got booed like he was John Cena in ECW. Going up against Rob Van Dam, like they had no love for Cody at all. I think there was even an "F you Cody" chant. I saw on Twitter that someone had a sign that said Cody solved racism or something like that. That was pretty funny. Something I didn't predict happening was Pac getting the win. He pinned Andrade, I think. He hit the Black Arrow and he got the win for their team. But like I said, it was kind of like the whole story was, can they coexist? You had several blind tags. Cody will get a blind tag on Pac. Pac will get a blind tag on Cody. Even on the other side, Malakai Black would blind tag in on Andrade and vice versa. So the whole story was, can these two teams coexist? They were trying to get one up each other and all that. The match was overall a good match. Like I said, Pac won, hit the Black Arrow, and yeah, got the win for his team. But overall, Full Gear 2021 in the books. Hangman Page is the new AEW champion. I'm happy. Like, It almost made a grown man cry. I didn't cry because I'm a G, but you know, it was a good feel good moment. The Dark Order came out and celebrated with Hangman. It looked like the Young Bucks were about to cry. So yeah, overall good show. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. So close to 500 subscribers, man. So it will mean so much to me if you guys would subscribe. But yeah, man, like, let me know in the comment section what you thought about the show. What was your favorite match, favorite moment, least favorite match, least favorite moment? You already know what to do, man. Anyway, you guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.